Yo, what up, y'all? This video is like a collage of interviews with Denzel. He's one of my favorite actors. Just a dope. Just one of the dudes. I don't look up to much like actors, but this dude right here, Denzel Washington, is the guy. It's crazy. Real talk. I met him in Red Roosters, I think it was called, in Harlem. I used to live in Harlem, New York, and it was some Thursday night, I think. And anyway, it was packed. I was in there, it was playing. They had like jazz and everything. And I was going downstairs. Gentleman was walking upstairs. I slowed up a little bit. He's walking slow. I looked. It was Denzel Washington. Yo, I never get like that for nobody. The feeling I felt and how I felt. Do you remember Terminator 1? You remember when Sarah Connor, she was walking and then the Terminator came and she like fell slow motion? I kind of felt like that, but I felt back to let him come up the stairs, and I was just like, I looked at him, I was just like, and he smiled a little bit. He's like this, and I was like, and I'm not the type, yo, can I get a picture? But I would have did that. Everything went out. I just froze and just watched him, and he just cooled and walked. He walked over to his table with his guests and sat down. I still stood there just looking at him, and I knew he knew I was still looking at him, and he was just like not looking at me. And I was just like, I went downstairs. I forgot to use the bathroom. I forgot. And I came out, went to my boy, like, yo, Washington. I was just like, yo, why you didn't? That's one dude I'll be like, yo, I don't do this. But I will never have this opportunity again. Can I get a picture? I should have. But yeah, this is a collage of, like I was saying, I just went off topic, but a collage of Denzel Washington's interview, and the interview is whoever, just the paparazzi coming up to him, asking him questions, try to bait him into slipping up. But Denzel always quick with it, man. He like, yo, Sam, like, bang, bang, what's good? I got you. You can't do this with me. I don't know. It's crazy with Denzel. I don't know if he's a Republican or Democrat or what, man, but he be saying the right things, man. This is a man I look up to, So Larry Elder put together a couple of collages, and this is Larry Elder's video put together, and some extra footage videos that I found of Denzel. He's just so dope.
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's the great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it. Sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at.
Yeah.
Including BS.
Practice don't make perfect. Mess better.
Is about Denzel Washington, not about his acting, which is great. No, this is about his perspective. He's probably the only person in Hollywood speaking the truth about so-called race relations. Now, don't get me wrong. He's nobody's Republican. He probably wouldn't have voted for Donald Trump if you paid him. But
For Black people in particular, do you think that we can truly make change as things are right now?
Well, it starts in the home. If the father's not in the home, the boy will find the father in the street. Yeah, I saw it in my generation and every generation before me and everyone since. It starts in the home. If the streets raise you, then the judge becomes your mother, and prison becomes your home.
This interviewer was determined to get Denzel Washington to go BMW. For those of you new to the El Dorado Nation, BMW stands for bitch, moan, and whine, and Denzel Washington wasn't having it.
I want to just ask you, though, about the issue of race relations, because the film touches upon that. Right now, under President Obama, over the last 8 years, in your mind, have race relations improved under his leadership?
Race relationships have to do with race relationships. You're white or whatever you are. I'm black or whatever I am. We're standing here talking now. That's how we get things done. You can't legislate love. The President of the United States can't legislate us into liking each other. We have to step forward and ask questions about engage.
That's right.
There's no law that says, oh, because I'm president, you all got to get along now.
Right.
So it's up to us.
He tried again. Denzel, talk to me about systemic, institutional, structural, foundational, endemic racism. And Denzel Washington wasn't going with it.
He wasn't.
There's been so many protests in America, especially during the election. Black Lives Matter movement, for example, and those issues. Has that movement in particular, the Black Lives Matter movement, helped?
Look at Denzel White looking at him like.
In America.
Well, listen, we live in America, and in America we have the freedom to express ourselves. We shouldn't take that for granted. So whatever the movements are, whether you agree with them or don't, they have the right to express themselves. So that's one of the great things about being in this country.
That's
that
right.
You do have the right to protest.
You see, here's the deal. Denzel Washington is not a victocrat. He knows damn well why so many blacks are involved in the criminal justice system.
It was something I read where you talked about your people from Mount Vernon saying that, like they've done like 40 years in the penitentiary together. So, and incarceration rates in America has been a problem, especially as opposed to minorities. And Roman delves into the issues around the legal system. Do you think we've made any headway in the legal system?
I think it's more important to make headway in our own house. By the time the system comes into play, the damage is done. They're not locking up 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was in Chicago a couple of 3-4 weeks ago, and we saw these little kids on bikes with masks on the side of their head, like 5 or 6 of them. And the driver said, yeah, they're little
The purge
yummies.
masks.
I said, who? He said, little yummies. Look up, Google Lil Yummy. Lil Yummy was an 11-year-old murderer.
Wow.
And you look at his picture, you'll see the headshot of him, and he's like this. And he got murdered at 11 by a 14-year-old.
Wow.
Who's doing life now, and a 16-year-old.
That makes no sense.
You blame the system? Where was his father?
Yeah.
It starts in the house. It starts in the home. And well, my father got locked up. Well, where was his father?
Yeah.
And Mr. Washington talked about the friends he grew up with and what happened to them.
Like I did talk about my 3 closest friends, and they did, 15 to 25. One did 28, this and that. I was the only one of the 3 that had a father in my life, even though my parents were together. But I still had a father who was a gentle man and a good example, and they didn't. We can blame the system if we want, but they didn't lock any of us up at 7.
Yeah.
We were all doing enough to get locked up.
Right.
At 13, my parents sent me in another direction. They didn't have anybody to help them, and they kept doing what they was doing.
The formula for success: hard work, focus, commitment, persistence, perseverance, sacrifice, and believing in yourself.
But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. I try to give myself a goal every day. Sometimes it's just to not curse somebody out. Simple goals, but have goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency.
That's right.
In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline, which you have already done, and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan.
Fail to plan.
Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do. And in this text, tweet, twerk world that you've grown up in, remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Remember that. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more.
That's true. I stay saying I'm busy to somebody on the phone.
Movement with progress. My mother told me, she said, yeah, because you can run in place all the time and never get anywhere. So continue to strive, continue to have goals, continue to progress.
Quite a contrast from this.
Being a black man in America
It ain't easy.
The hunt is on,
And you're the prey.
and you're the prey.
Sorry, it's one of my favorite movies. Hood movie.
All I'm saying is, survive.
To this,
We all have different talents. Some of you will be doctors, some lawyers, some scientists, some educators, some nurses, some teachers. Yeah, okay. Some preachers. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. Why is it selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Not jewelry, not big house I have, not the cars, but it's the joy. That's where the joy is in helping others. That's where the success is.
and at the top of Denzel Washington's list of things to do to become successful, put God first.
In helping others. Finally, I pray that you put your slippers way under the bed tonight, so that when you wake up in the morning, you have to get on your knees to reach them. And while you're down there, say thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. It's how I live my life. That's why I am. One of the reasons why I am today. Say thank you in advance for what is already yours. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you, sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already. I'll say it again. True desire in the heart, that itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that thing that you want to do to help others and to grow and to make money, that desire, that itch, that's God's proof to you, sent beforehand already to indicate that it's yours. And anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one, teach one. Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference.
What's up?
Now, because this dastardly black conservative said good things about Denzel Washington, I hope he doesn't get canceled. I don't think he will. I'm Larry Elder, and we've got a country to save. I'll see you next time.
You know, Larry be catching slack, man, and people be calling him a coon or whatnot for certain stuff he be standing for, and he's conservative or whatnot. But yo, this was dope that he put together. Yeah, man, this Denzel's dope. It's just crazy, man. It's like they an outspoken person, especially that goes beyond another party's belief. They be trying to trap them and make them F up, and then it just wipes away everything they were standing for and everything good or whatnot. And because we're humans, man, we're gonna F up and make mistakes, man. We all make mistakes, man, but can't judge a book by a cover, man. You gotta judge a man by his character. Denzel, man, such an inspiring dude. That's just me to him, man. But Guys, thank you for watching. This was a little something different, man. I like this, what Larry Elder put together. It was dope. My name is CJ for CJ React. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Peace out.